I'd like to take a moment to ask all of you a very important question. Which presidential candidate do you believe cares more about families throughout this great nation? Trump, Biden, or RFK Jr.? As a father of two young children, I am deeply concerned about the world that we are building for the next generation. The 2024 presidential election is more than just another political event for me. It's a pivotal moment that could shape the future for my family and families across our nation. We need a leader who understands and prioritizes the challenges families like mine face every single day. Let's take healthcare, for instance. The past few years have been a revelation in terms of the vulnerabilities within our healthcare system. My family, like many others, has experienced the anxiety of uncertain healthcare coverage and the daunting costs of medical care. This is personal for us. We need a president committed to reforming healthcare to ensure that no family has to choose between getting necessary treatment and financial stability. And this all boils down to economic security. It's another pressing concern. I've seen the gap between the wealthy and the rest of us widen. Feeling the pinch as we try to provide for our children's needs and save for their education, that's always in the back of my mind. Our next president must address economic inequalities head on, supporting tax reforms that benefit working families and fostering job opportunities in industries that have secure long-term economic health. We need to be forward-looking on this subject, not just sitting still, sitting patient, saying it'll fix itself. We can't trust that. We need a president who is forward-thinking, not looking backwards at all times and maintaining the status quo. Let's speak about education as well. It could be the key to our children's future, whether in elementary, middle school, high school, or college. We're seeing kids have a tough time these days. There was, of course, those years of massive online learning, and I don't know that we're ever going to go back to the basics. We need a president who will invest in strengthening the public education at all levels, ensuring that every child has a fair chance at success, regardless of their family's income or zip code. And while we're on the subject, I'm not talking about overreach here. I'm just talking about the fundamentals, right? Let's get back to the fundamentals in school and make sure that our kids have a solid foundation from which to build. We don't need to tell them what to think. We just need to give them the tools to think forward for themselves. Family-centric social policies are crucial. Paid family leave, affordable health care, and elder care are not just policy issues, they are personal. These are our family members we're talking about. These supports could make a huge difference in the lives of families struggling to balance work and home life. Our leaders must see the value in investing in families through supportive policies that help rather than hinder our efforts to raise our children. Let's talk about the data that's coming out. The fact that American families are having less children these days, almost at a record pace. That is scary, folks, and that tells us that there's something more going on behind the scenes. The American dream is harder to find. Families, they can't afford homes at a young age, which means they're starting families like mine later in life. That, speaking from personal, that led us to have less children than we would have wanted, because by the time we started having them, we were almost geriatric at that point. I know, that sounds like a scary word, but it's something that they tell parents when they're, in their mid-30s, almost touching 40. That shouldn't be too late to have a dream come true, but it is in some families like mine, and it was because, we had to fight and struggle so long to put ourselves in an economic situation where we felt comfortable giving children life on this planet. That's something that people are facing all throughout this country, and being responsible shouldn't be a bad thing. We just need to make sure that our president believes in making the American dream more accessible at a younger age. As an American and a father, I'm looking for a president who genuinely cares about the fabric of our society. This includes supporting legal immigrant families and fostering policies that integrate rather than exclude. We need to recognize that diversity strengthens our community and find ways to make sure that we can create legal opportunities for families throughout this nation to join us, to work hard, to accomplish something great together. When I vote in 2024, it will be for a candidate who promises not just leadership and integrity, but also a commitment to making the daily lives of families like mine better. We need a president who will not only listen to our concerns, but act on them. Someone who understands that strength of our nation lies in the well-being of our families, the very bedrock of our communities. The stakes are high, and the need for a president who can lead with empathy and foresight has never been more critical. We need a leader who prioritizes every family in every policy decision, understanding that when families are strong, our nation is strong. When families are united, our nation is united. And when families are succeeding, our nation is succeeding. Let's elect a president who will work tirelessly to ensure that all families in all their diverse forms has the opportunity to thrive. It's not just about the future of our politics, it's about the future of our children. And that is a future worth fighting for.